Hi, back on the Chinese Fingertrap. Hi, I'm Reverend Andrew Bozeman, and this is On the Wings of Your Mind. Today is Tuesday, February 16, 2021. Now, yesterday, we opened a discussion about the Chinese Fingertrap, which is here. So, our discussion on the Chinese Fingertrap and the lessons it has for us in life, in our lives. Now, if you've ever played with a Chinese finger trap, as you know, it's a straw tube about the width of your fingers, and when you put your finger in each end and pull, the straw stretches out and gets narrower. And the harder you pull, the narrower the tube gets, and it becomes impossible to pull your fingers out. However, if you resist your instinct to pull your fingers out and struggle against the trap, then you will win, because simply pushing your two fingers together which is seemingly going deeper into the trap, will release your fingers. They'll be free. The trap will relax. So we're dealing with basic instinct. Basic instinct, how it is often incorrect. Please push the thumbs up button below the video. And if you haven't already done so, please choose to subscribe. Remember, I'd love to hear your thoughts, comments, questions. If you're viewing this on Tuesday, February 16th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, then you can use the chat box on the right side of the screen. Otherwise, if you're viewing at any other time, then you could use the comment section below the video, because that's replay mode. So back to the Chinese finger trap. So what the trap shows us is that by following our basic animal instinct, that is not always the best path to take. When you try and pull your fingers out of the trap, it causes it to tighten. The harder you pull, the tighter it gets. Now, instinct drives us to seek escape. Our reptilian brain takes over, and the fight or flight syndrome automatically kicks in and urges us to do the wrong thing. Fight to get out. But what happens is that we get trapped even more deeply. The same thing happens in life when we see injustice, when we see inequality, when we see unfairness, when we see exploitation, when we feel exploited. Our instinct is to jump into the fray and fight. That was my experience when I was a community activist in a minority community in San Francisco. The community was being flagrantly exploited and abused. Now, I prided myself on being a man of action. I participated in deep street protest. I expressed my outrage when I pleaded on behalf of the community in appearances before the state and county and city legislative bodies. I helped organize citizen groups to better defend their rights. I attended meeting after meeting after meeting to confront the men and women who were engaging in those activities that were injuring the community in their efforts to generate millions of dollars for the capitalist titans who were so far away it didn't even matter to them who they were harming. And you know what? You know what all the energy I expended fighting the good fight accomplished? Very little. Very little. All that charging forth in the name of doing the right thing, all that fighting, all that turmoil, all that conflict, all that confrontation only served to the advantage of those I was fighting against. It helped them because it revealed my resources, the extent of my resources. It revealed my tactics. It revealed my whole game and the game of the community So they were able to yield very little to our efforts because they were able to neutralize us through their evasions and their delays and their tactics and their camouflages. Confrontation didn't do it. Physical action didn't do it. Our actions were dictated by instinct, just as trying to pull your fingers out of the Chinese Fingertrap are dictated by instinct. Attacking the problem in outrage and anger and direct action is not always the best answer. That often leads to frustration, wasted motion, anger, and deeper entrapments. I'm reminded of the old Uncle Remus story of the tar baby. Now in this story, bring that up. Now in this story, a bear fox constructs a doll out of a lump of tar and dresses it with a hat and some clothes. And when Brer Rabbit comes along, Brer Rabbit, he addresses the tar baby friendly, but receives no response. So then he becomes offended by what he perceives as the tar baby's lack of manners. And so what happens? The rabbit begins to punch it. And in doing so, the rabbit becomes stuck. And in his frustration and growing rage, he punches it and he kicks the tar baby in his attempts to break loose from the trap. But what happens? His actions only make his predicament worse until he is fully stuck in the tar and at the mercy of the fox. My experiences in life have taught me that following my instincts and taking direct physical action is not always the best route to take. Instead, the counterintuitive action to take is to just relax, just like pushing your fingers in, and let infinite intelligence provide the answer. I'm reminded of the situation in a movie called The West Side Story. Now, in The West Side Story, there's a point in the story in which the Jets, that's the name of the gang, are highly agitated because their leader, Riff, has just been killed. They're angry. They're itching for a fight. They're bursting with the desire for vengeance. They've got to get some. They've got to get some action. They've got to get him back. And their new leader, whose name is Ice, ironically, tries to calm them down with the song "Cool." And a few of the words to the song "Cool" are, "Boy, boy, crazy boy, stay loose, boy, breeze it, buzz it, easy does it, turn off the juice, boy." So the point here is that we can only bring about real change by not relying on our instincts, by not relying on our natural instinct to go at it, to fight it, to confront it. Because reason and confrontation and the other tools that we have as humans don't work. We like to think that they do, but they don't work. We've been told that they do, but history has shown that they do not work. Remember Newton's law? For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Yeah. So we must rise above human tools. We must rise above human instincts. We must turn to the higher forces of infinite intelligence, because those forces can supersede the inconsequential efforts of humans. With love. Love is the answer. Love is the answer. No, I'm not talking about the shallow emotion that we call love, romantic love, because it can shift like the sands of the desert, and it usually does. No, I'm talking about the unchangeable, eternal, unflinching, powerful love that produces life. By opening ourselves up to the love of infinite intelligence, by allowing ourselves to accept the truth of who and what we really are, we are individualized expressions of infinite intelligence. And by going quietly into the depths of our minds, into the depths of our hearts, through quiet contemplation or meditation or prayer, we begin to turn on the light of spirit. And when we turn on the light of spirit, we begin to generate an electromagnetic field that extends many feet out from our bodies. An electromagnetic field that is overpowering, a field of peace that calms and heals all those who are touched by its influence. Then, no matter how angry or cold-hearted those who surround us may be, they will be changed. They will be changed. And when they are changed, their light too will be turned on. And their light will begin to influence those around them who will also be changed. Through our realization and acceptance of our true selves, we individualized expressions of infinite intelligence, we can begin a chain reaction of love. A chain reaction of love that will affect millions around the world, and they in turn will affect millions around the world, and they in turn will affect millions around the world, until the transformation to love, peace, and harmony sweeps us up in marvelous ecstasy, in the marvelous joy of love. And then the Chinese Fingertrap of life will relax and release us to live our highest and best lives for the good of all concerned. Let's close with prayer. Thank you, infinite intelligence. Thank you for bringing us, all of us together in this life so we may become spiritual warriors and join in the work that we have come here to do. Thank you, infinite intelligence, for bringing us into this space of awareness and a deeper understanding of ourselves and our relationship to life and infinite intelligence. Thank you for showing us who we really are. We open our minds and hearts to the truth of our being. We are the children of God. We are individualized expressions of infinite intelligence. And because we are part of the greater whole, we're beginning to understand our value to the continuity of life on this planet. As we become channels of your power, infinite intelligence, we can feel your presence within ourselves and within our lives more and more. We know that as we feel your presence within our lives every day, we will rise because we are no longer cut off from you by being immersed in the darkness of fear, anger, and the pain of unforgiveness. So we are now restoring our connection through the grace of forgiveness, knowing that as we learn to forgive ourselves for the pain we have caused to ourselves, and as we learn to forgive others who have inflicted pain upon us, our connections will grow stronger, and our lives will grow happier and healthier and more prosperous. And for this, we are truly grateful. As above, so below. As within, so without. And so it is. Amen. So, peace. Relax with it. Be cool. Allow infinite intelligence to provide us with the answer. Allow infinite intelligence to work on our behalf to bring about peace, love, and harmony. I know we want to fight. I know we want to make things happen. I know that urge is there, that basic animal urge is there to make something happen now. But that is not the answer. The answer is within. The answer is in our power as individualized expressions of infinite intelligence. And so, thank you for joining me today. Take what I've said to heart. Give it some thought. It's there. It's there. The truth is there for you. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And remember, I am Reverend Andrew Bozeman, and this has been On the Wings of Your Mind.